Oh, super. Okay. Let's see if I can get this down a little more. And, okay. Move it back, move it up, move it over. Now it's right in the middle. Okay. Oh, wow. I think we're recording. Oh, yay. Okay, better get going, Joe. Okay. Thought I'd show you first kind of what you could do with, and I'm recording this myself, all by myself. And so we'll see what we can see in here. Okay. Yeah. This is the colors that I'm going to use, and I'm sending you this sheet right here. It's a list of the colors, and here's my supply list. So I'll be sending that to you in an email. These are the colors that I'm using, but you know, they're just pretty and the ones I like. And so if you got a starter kit and then picked up a few others that you just seem to like because they're pretty to you, pick them up because you're probably going to paint with them because they excite you. The color kind of gets you going. As far as the brushes, I thought I'd show you the ones I'm using. You probably only need like 2 or 3. It seems like I have a whole bunch, but I think really you only need about 2 or 3. This is a 2-inch flat, and we use this to, I can put one color on one side and another color on this side, and it's kind of for a wash. Do you see that? Okay. And then so that's when I got wet very large areas and all in my painting. Okay, and then I got another flat that is good for, this is good for barnwood. Like, see, it makes a very straight line, or the top of a building. And I can go in and take another color and put on there. I hardly ever just use one color in anywhere, and you see I'm still working. This is on dry paper, but I'm working wet and wet. Isn't that beautiful what just kind of happened there? Maybe I'll add a little green down there. I mix my colors right on the paper. You're going to watch me do that. This is a 3/4 inch brush that I'm using here, and on dry paper. My favorites are rounds. You'll see me use these a lot. This is a size 14, and the reason I do that is because I'm wetting it, and then I can go right into the color, and I can get some color, and look at all that color on the tip. Do you see? And if I put that color down, and then I flatten my brush, see, that makes a beautiful, it's kind of goes from a dark to a light. See, I put the tip down and flatten, and we get a strong color at the top of the tip. That's where all the color is. But we need, in watercolor, it's beautiful to have these, to have a combination. There's quite a value change there, isn't there? There's a dark and a little bit lighter, and it's just yummy. And that's wet, so look I can put other color, take my tip, put on other colors, let them mingle, and you know, when you put orange and green, you get a green. Let's see if I can stroke across there. See, that's getting kind of a dirty green. Yeah, and that's how you get some beautiful colors. I mix right on the paper. Okay, that was a 14, and the next, sometimes I use this, I think it's about a 10, and it's the same thing, it's a round. And then I got another flat. This little flat is 1/4 of an inch, and I'll tell you where flats are nice. Say you're doing windows. Do you see? The windows, and then I always make them a little darker at the top, and anyway, it makes it strong. You don't have to work so hard to make a window or a strong line. Yeah, and I tip the paper so it's darker at the top. And anyway, I think that could be kind of handy. And the main thing is that they're not oil brushes. I got one more here, is a detail. And you just I rarely use this because look what happens if I get in the color, and I can make a very fine line, but there's not much water, so you're going to have a lot more dark color in it. See, I can try to put some water in it, but there's no room, and so that's why we're using 10s and 14s. The main thing is that these brushes are soft. A sable is a wonderful thing, but they're expensive. But you can get synthetic sables at Blick and other places. Let's see here, I keep moving this thing. An oil brush is, I don't even have any oil brushes here. They're very stiff. And the idea of a watercolor brush is they just drink up the water. And you see they're soft. That's how you know it's a watercolor brush. Brushes are very soft. Synthetics get a little stiffer. This is a synthetic, and you could probably use this in, you see I can hardly bend it. You could probably use this with acrylic painting too. Yeah, so those are the brushes. And of course I want you to bring what you have, and we'll play with them. You know, I can let you kind of play with my brushes and see what you kind of like. Do you notice the paints I'm using are tubes? And some of them are Winsor Newton, which are very expensive. But I also go to Blick, and they have a lot on sale. This is Daniel Smith. This is Cotman, Van Gogh. Sometimes I go out to Hobby Lobby, which is not my favorite store. But Blick has always got some kind of a sale going on. Okay, you see this is a little bit shiny right there. So you know what? It's just crying for me to put a little salt on it, if I can find my salt shaker. I use salt quite a bit, actually. And this is what it does. If I put the salt down, it makes these little, almost looks like birds or popcorn pieces. They're right here. But you can't put them on when it's too wet, and because they'll just melt.